Again, film edition. So we are here in the field, and I made a mistake. I made a big mistake as of Monday. That's when I realized about the breakfast, and I started researching things, and I realized that there was lots of things that were wrong. And since then, I haven't been able to finalize the things in a single day. So that's affected the whole week, kind of, because not every single day I've been able to do everything that I wanted, because not every single day I had the optimal option for breakfast or lunch, because I always found something better. So that affected, that created a problem, and that's not good. That's not good at all. So as much as I want to improve, I think we need some, I've said it before, I've said it lots of times before already, but we need consistency. And we can't have consistency if we're constantly modifying things. So if it was good enough to set up as a diet for this week or for the next 2 weeks, it's good enough to be the diet for the next 9 days, if we are 2 days into the diet. So just keep on going. Don't sacrifice the momentum, even if you have to make an effort for a few days, because if not, you pay the consequences of losing what you've built so far, because you keep constantly, it's like, building the foundation of a building, building the first floor, building the second, the third, and then by the time you get to start building the fourth, you look at the first and you say, I don't like the first, so I'm gonna debuild everything, go back down, build everything again from ground up, because it's not good enough. No, we shouldn't do that. We have a ground one, or I'm not going to continue with this metaphor, but we have a basis, we have a structure that we followed so far, and it's worked. Because if it didn't work, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have gotten this far. So you said this is going to be the routine for the next week. Stick to it. Yes, you found a more optimal option. Yes, you're gonna have to be thinking, man, I could be doing this better. Yes, but if you start changing it now, then tomorrow you're gonna find a more optimal option too, because that's what you do. You learn. That's what you fucking do all the time. We learn, So you're gonna learn again, and you're gonna modify everything, and the consistency of doing the same thing. There was an insect. The consistency of doing the same thing every day will run out because you're not doing it anymore. So, for example, working out. I should probably question it, but I don't question it. I said, look, this is what I set out to do at the beginning of the week. This is what I said I was going to do. I'm going to do this. Just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. What's the fucking worst thing that could happen? It ain't going to change so much. It's not going to be so fucking bad. And, for the next week, you change things, you modify things. Everything's good. Everything's awesome. Great. Awesome. Good for you. Good for everyone. You keep the momentum. So, the past 4 days, I've been up and down all the time, because I was changing everything all the time. And by the time I finished organizing something, I found another way of doing it that I thought was better, and I changed it. So, the thing I think what we should do is, yes, keep improving, keep doing research, keep learning, keep trying, but do so in a way that you keep this week, for example, and in the next week you are so much more excited because you have so many things that you want to try, so many new things, and it's not a constant change that doesn't allow you to adapt. Yes, in a few years probably you'll be able to adapt because you'll have to. If you keep building and you get to a higher level, which is obviously the goal, then you'll have to adapt faster. You have to do it. But right now, dude, remember, slow success builds character. And what you need is slow success. And slow success requires slow changes. Okay, you can't go around doing huge changes all of a sudden. You can't do that. You can't do that. Okay, you gotta do small changes or make changes that are imperceptible to you. For example, I'm gonna use an example on this because that's a way that I thought, hey, maybe I could solve this certain issues by just in an imperceptible way. So what I realized from the diet was that the sodium, so salt, was way too high. You know, it was worrying. Normally, the recommended amount for a person, for an adult, it's 2 grams per day, so 2,000 milligrams. I was at about 8,000 milligrams. That's worrying. You should worry. If you're eating that much salt, you should worry, because basically what's gonna happen is your blood, cells in your bloods are gonna start imploding like a fucking balloon party, and you don't want that. You don't want that. So what I did was, okay, I'm gonna find ways to solve this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at the diet, all the things I'm eating. I'm gonna find the biggest ways, the biggest things that are contributing so much to the 8,000 milligrams, 8 grams of salt a day, of sodium a day. I was like, well, the chicken broth with which I cook the pasta gives 2 grams. I'm like, dude, that's way too fucking much. That's way too much for something that doesn't add calories, doesn't add carbs, doesn't add protein, doesn't add fat. It just use it to cook. So just instead water, imperceptible change. That's an imperceptible change right there. So that was just an example of a way, you know, there are of logical solutions, imperceptible solutions, you know, psychological solutions and literal solutions. For example, a literal solution in this case would be to, I don't know, I'm having too much cheese and too much ham, which are highly processed foods, and they contribute a lot in sodium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the cheese, I'm going to remove the ham, I'm going to remove the tortillas, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a salt-free bread, and I'm going to use avocado instead. So that's a little solution. That's an explicit solution, okay? Because I am removing the things that cause the problem, and instead I'm adding things that will help solve the problems elsewhere, because avocado has potassium, and the way the body works is in order to so basically potassium and sodium compensate each other. You know, that's basic biology. And when your body throws out one molecule of sodium, it needs one molecule of potassium. So if you give it potassium, it's going to put out sodium. That's the basic biology. That's just the way it works. So that's an implicit solution right there. Explicit solution, you know, direct solution to a problem right there. The other one was a I don't know, a passive solution or whatever the fuck. But anyways, that's not the point. We're not talking about that. So right now I'm gonna head home, and I just finished my walk with the dog. Hey, Chumba. Hey. Yes, doggo. Yes, let's go. I'm gonna head home, and I'm gonna, just forget, because it's not gonna do us any good. Forget about the past 4 days. Keep the lesson. We learned something new. We keep the lesson of don't change too much things all of a sudden, because then you don't know. Well, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Then you don't know what's responsible for the success. If you change 7 things all of a sudden, you don't know and you succeed, then you have no idea, because it could be 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, 6 things, or all the 7 things together, or a certain combination of those that made you succeed. So slow changes. Dude, you have time. We have time, okay? So I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna just forget about the past few days, keep the lesson, keep the knowledge. I'm gonna finish, all the things, the basic things that I need to get done for next week, and that's it. Okay, for tomorrow to be a normal day, I'm gonna finish everything. So that's it. See you in the next one. Start living your life. Yeah. So I just finished up work, and it's 10 past 10 right now. It doesn't look late probably when I'm saying 10 past 10, but fuck. Shit. But you have to think about that. I've been awake since 5 a.m. So this is like, I don't know, 1 hour or so over the usual bedtime. But I wanted to make sure that everything was, here we go. I wanted to make sure that everything was right for tomorrow, and now it is. I wanted to ensure that tomorrow would be as much of a successful day as possible, and I did it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna write down on my little smallish, on my little smallish notebook. Here we go. Here it is. Some ideas for, improvements for next week. As we mentioned before, we're not making improvements until next week. So on Sunday, we will prepare everything for next week. And that is pretty much it. I'm gonna sit down now, 5 minutes here in bed while I get sleepy. And yeah, that's about it. Good night. Have a nice evening. I am very afraid. I have a lot of fear. I don't know how to say this. I'm just afraid that I'm not changing fast enough, that I'm not changing at all, because I don't see people see things and they say things and today I just lost it. Today I lost it. I got too angry about some stupid thing, and I was worried about another thing, and so much thinking, but the main idea was I forgot to take my smoothie. Well, I didn't forget it. I could have had it, but I didn't, because I remembered and I said not now. With other things, that's changed. With other things, I don't delay it anymore. I just do it. I see it and I do it. But with this, since it's so much that I have to drink, then I just say, hey, I'm not gonna do it now. I'll do it later. And when I say I'm gonna do it now, I have to do it now. It wasn't drinkable anymore. It was disgusting. And that's not. And the first thing I thought about was I'm gonna miss my streak. I was like, what? This isn't about a number. You shouldn't care about the number. The number is just there, just in case someday you don't want to do something and you say, hey, you've done it for 25 days in a row, you might as well keep doing it now, But what? What? It's not about the number. It never was. Have you forgotten that the main idea, the main idea why you did all of this, all the time, always, was to improve yourself? Have you forgotten? I think you have. Well, I think I have. And it's not that. I'm afraid that I'm not going to become who I have to become, who I'm meant to become. I'm afraid of that. That is why I keep trying to pull this streak along, but that feeling doesn't stick all day long. It sticks for some moments, for some hours, but then it runs out, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I feel kind of lost. I feel kind of, I don't want to push too much weight on it, because I don't know. It's not about the number. It never was. It shouldn't have been about the number. It should have been about keep doing the things that we do. And I mean, I've gotten better. I have seen that, but just not so much. I just have to be able to see it. I just have to be able to look at it and say, you've done better. You're doing better than you were 2 months ago. You're doing better. 2 months ago, it was unthinkable that you'd go for a walk with your dog, even though you knew you had to do it, but you just delay it. And now you do it every day, and you don't. It's easy, Waking up at 5 a.m. Last year it was impossible. 2 months ago, it was a constant battle. And now you do it like it's nothing. You just wake up and you get to do stuff, So it's just slower. You're doing progress. We are changing. I am doing things better. I am better than I was. I look at me, dude. I am doing so much better than I was 2 months ago. I am doing so much, but it never should have been about the number of days that I kept doing, because it was lazy. It was lazy. I could have, for example, I don't know, my diet, for example, I could have done it so much better, do it at the times in which I was supposed to do it, but I didn't. I chose not to. I chose to delay it to one moment, and yes, I saw results, but they weren't consistency results. They were ego results, and I don't want more ego. I don't want that kind of results. I want consistency. I want that. Okay, I want that so much, because I know I have to change. Because I'm afraid that if I don't, I'll stay here all my life, and I don't want that. I can't have that. I'm too afraid of that. I don't want my life to be like that. I can't have that. I just can't. And I have to use that to push through the doubt, to push through the pain. And yes, doubt will come along, but the point is that, look, it's always the same. Slow success builds character. What you need is character, and that comes from slow success. So, with every choice, you have to choose the slow one. The less. Yeah, the right one. You know what you're always going to know. You have that voice inside of you. You have that voice inside your head that is telling you what the right choice to make is. You know that. You know what it is. What you have to do. You know that. Everyone does. Everyone knows what they have to do. They just choose not to. And I don't want that. I don't want to choose not to. Okay? But in order to do that, I have to choose. I have to make the right choice. And right now I would be able to make the right choice, but tomorrow would I be able to do that? And that's just something that I'm too afraid of. It's a feeling that I'm too afraid of. And I don't like that. And I don't like it. I honestly don't. I don't. I will. I don't know what to say. I wanted to say more. Because when did we lose our way? When did we lose our path? And when did it become just something to get the goal done instead of, doing something meaningful? You are working out every day. You're going to the gym. You're doing all these efforts. You're pushing through all these doubts. And still doing what you believe you have to do. and you're sacrificing certain things. Holy shit, so many insects. But still you doubt yourself, and you don't let yourself do the right thing. And that's, I just have to put myself through that. I just have to go straight into it. Use the fear, use the pain, use the doubt to just push through. Push through everything. Push through everything. Everything, all the doubt, all the pain, all the suffering, all the everything. Use it, canalize it towards what it is that you want to become, what it is that you want to build. But in order to do that, you have to define what you want. In order to do that, you have to define what you need. And I want to change. I don't know, but I don't know if I'm able to. And I have that doubt, I have that insecurity, because I know I'm not perfect. I know that I'm far from it, but maybe I could become better tomorrow by doing certain things. But I just don't know. You know? I just don't know if I could do it. I just don't know if it's within my reach. If I'm able to accomplish that thing. If I'm able to do that. Pull through. Push through. I don't know. Man, I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. And it generates that doubt that can I not? I'm afraid that I won't. When I have to, I'm afraid that I'll give up. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'm just thinking too much. Maybe just getting ahead of myself or anything. Maybe I'm just supposed to keep taking action and keep doing the things. But I have no idea. I really have no idea. I've done better. I've improved. I've changed things. I've made different improvements. I mean, I've changed things. I'm doing better than I was doing a few months ago. I'm working harder. I'm focusing more, but I still have so many problems and so many things to fix that I guess I have to be positive. I have to be positive. I have to see the bright side and look back and say, you've done all of this. And yes, you might have not been able to do all of this yet, but you will be able to. You will be able to do it. You just have to believe that you will be able to do it. Have faith in it. Have faith in what it is that you want to become. Push through. Doubt, insecurity, you're always going to have that. You're always going to have that. You know, you're always going to have a little voice telling you that you're not doing the right thing. You know, that you can't do that. And there's always going to be a right way to do things. But it's going to be slow, probably. Slower. It's going to take more work. So it's your choice. I mean, we can choose. We get to choose. Many people don't. Many people don't even get to choose. So it's like this is us. We're doing this for ourselves. We want to change for ourselves firstly. Then we have other people. Yes, of course. But firstly for ourselves. We want to prove to ourselves that we can change. And that's just it. That's just basically it. That is about what I wanted to say. I won't let it become a number. I won't let this become a number. I can't have that. I won't let it become a number. I won't. I won't. I will learn. I'll keep learning. I'll keep pushing. I keep doing things the right way because I know I can. You know, tomorrow day one. Tomorrow day one again. But it doesn't matter. It's day one, but you've done so many things. You've changed so many behaviors already. It's not going to be hard. Just going to have to do it the right way. Do it the right way. It's not hard. Just do it. You just have to do it. And that's about it, you know. Sometimes we have to use the fear to push ahead, go through it, you know, because I don't want this fear creeping into others in my life. So I guess I have to keep it to myself and keep going through it and keep changing. You know, we're doing better. We're doing things better. We're creating things that are so much better. And that's it. We can't get comfortable. We gotta keep being strict with ourselves. Keep doing things the right way. You're supposed to do this at this time. Do it at this time. Do it at this time on day 1, day 30, and day 300. If you're supposed to do that other thing, do it day 1, day 30, day 300. If you're not supposed to do that on day 1, don't do it on day 30 or day 300. You know, if you're not supposed to do it, don't do it. Doesn't matter when it is. And if you're supposed to do it the right way. Don't half-ass it. We got to do things the right way. That's what's happened with the number. It's creeped into other things, into other aspects of our life, because we started caring more about the number than about the way in which we were doing things. And yes, we gotta be strict. We gotta set timers to do things. You gotta do this for 20 minutes. Then you do it for 20 minutes and you set a timer of 20 minutes and you don't stop until you do 20 minutes. And you do that on day 1, day 30, and day 300. Until it becomes natural, but it doesn't become natural 3 days into it. It becomes natural 25, 30, 40, 50 days into it. The more frequency, the faster it will get into you. But that's the point. You gotta do it. You gotta do it the right way many times, because if you do it the right way 3 times and then you do it a different way the next time and then you do it a different way the next time and then the next time you do it something different, then you're changing all the time the behavior and you're getting nothing done. That's why it becomes so hard, because you're doing nothing. You're actually just doing behaviors, different behaviors, without no repetition, no nothing. So sometimes we'll use the number as an extra motivation, but the number shouldn't be the main motivation. It should be the main motivation should be to do the thing the right way, because we know we have to do it, because that's what we committed to doing, because that's what we set out to do, because that's what we said we were gonna do. We're gonna do this, then you do it. Go do it. It's not that difficult. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna head back home now. It's been almost 20 minutes. I'm gonna head back home, have dinner, go to sleep. Yep. Tomorrow, day 1, baby. Tomorrow, day 1, baby. So, it's early in the morning. It's, well, not so early anymore. It's 8 a.m. right now. Well, 20 past 8. And I woke up at 5 a.m. as always, day 1. I knew I wanted to record right now, because in the morning, because in the afternoon I'm going to edit, and I'm going to try, I'm not going to try, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put in more work to edit the video and do it well. I will record some of the sets that I do today on the push workout, which I will be leaving to in a few minutes. But I wanted to talk about something else now. I've been thinking, I've been working the entire morning, 3 hours or so now. I finished a few things for some students of private classes, some summaries, some problems, and I'm gonna send them now. But I wanted to, and I was working on the diet, and it came to my mind. I mean, it's been kind of on my mind what happened yesterday with a car and someone who I think I talked about it. Someone who parked right behind me, and I got so angry because of it's such a stupid thing. a very stupid thing, which made me realize other things, and so I got so angry because it's not the first time it happened, and I got so angry over something so stupid, so stupid, and I went looking for someone where the place where I park, it's a club, it's kind of a club, well, it's not kind of, it's a club. And I go there and I usually work out there. It has a gym, it has a restaurant, it has pools and all of that. So I parked and someone parked behind me where they're not supposed to park, and they parked super close. I mean, they were touching my car. So I was like, dude. And I got so angry because it's not the first time, and I mentioned it. I think last week or this week to already someone from the club, and I said, "Hey, this is happening. I think you should do something about this because this is happening. I mean, they have a lots of place to park. They just have to go a bit further away, and they're gonna have to walk a bit more, and and people don't want to do that, so they part where they're not supposed, and they complicate and they make other people's life harder. So I got so angry, dude, and I just started looking for someone responsible. I started looking for someone, and I was gonna say, dude, look, this keeps happening. This time, touch my car. I can't get the car out. And I started looking for someone, and I walked for about 20 minutes. I didn't find anyone, and as I was going back, I saw someone who's the father of a close friend of mine, and I saw him and I was like, look, this happened, and I was so angry, and he was talking to someone else, and as we were right next to the car, and as they both looked at the car, they saw that I had like this much space. You can't see the proportions, but this much space is enough. I mean, if you can drive more or less, this much space is more than enough to get the car out. And you're gonna have to do, a bit forward to the right, then back left, forward to the right, back left, and then you get it out. On the third or fourth move. But I was so angry when I saw the back of the car that I didn't even look at the front. And when I told this man who's a friend, who's the father of my friend, and who is also a friend of my family, and when I told them, they both looked at me with a face, and I was like, and the face they had was this kid, this kid, and it was just, oh, and I've been thinking about it all morning because after that I felt like, dude, you need to calm down. You can't get so angry and so shook up. And I tried to fight for it for a few seconds. I was like, but look, that's not the point. It's not the point. The thing in front of it. It's the guy who parked behind me, and it's touching my car. Blah blah blah. He said, but they told me, if you can't get it out, we'll do it for you. And that just clicked on me, and I was like, no. I stopped and I said, look, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even try. I didn't even look the front. It's not the first time that happened, and I got so angry, and I'm sorry I wasted your time. I'm sorry that I know you're so occupied because they have lots of things to do, and they've been working all day, and now they have to, leave. I forgot the word. Now you have to how was that word? I forgot the word. Well, it doesn't matter. Now you have to put up with the stupid shit of this kid, and I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that I just please. I'm really sorry that I disturbed you. I'm gonna get the car out. I know I can do it. And I mean, it's not hard. It's gonna take a few moves, but I can do it. I just didn't look at the front. And they laughed, and the father knows that I'm a good student. That I do. And he said, look, you're the smartest kid on your faculty, so your university. So you're not gonna have any problem. Don't worry about it. But afterwards, I felt so bad. So because I built a very good relationship with his son, and I built a good relationship with the father. I mean, with this man, he's always been very nice to me, and what I did yesterday made me feel so bad. But it wasn't because of me, really. It wasn't because of me. It was more because of my father. Because my father takes much pride in me, and doing that felt like I kind of disappointed my father by doing something so stupid, so stupid. Instead of just calming down and letting the emotion pass through, get the car out. Point is, you're always going to meet, this is pure stoicism. You're always going to meet someone who doesn't do things right. You're always going to meet someone who doesn't do what they're supposed to do, who doesn't do things the right way, who's going to take advantage of others. There's always going to be people like that. And the point is, you can't let them get to you. If you let them get to you, then you're screwed. And you don't want to be screwed. That's not a good position to find yourself in. And I later sent a message to my friend. I told him, hey, tell your father, I'm really sorry about what happened today. I just lost it, and I shouldn't have disturbed him with such a stupid thing, and I'm really sorry. And my friend just laughed, and he said, don't worry about it, I'll tell him. And but that was it. I mean, I didn't want to disappoint my father. And when I told my father, he didn't look disappointed. I think he was a bit disappointed, because I think he thinks I'm a very mature person in certain aspects, but sometimes I lose my cool. And I can't lose my cool like that, especially in this kind of situation. It's not about me. I don't care. Well, I'm not gonna lie either. I guess I care a bit about what they think of me, but I have to work on that. I know that, but I don't wanna, the son of my father, me. Oh, he's a stupid kid. He's a. I don't want that for my father. I don't want that. I can't have that. No. That's why it probably felt so terrible, because it was like my father has always taken a great pride, and my son does what he's supposed to do most of the time, and I guess that's kind of because in reality I don't feel like that at all. And yesterday was a demonstration that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, which was calming down, getting the car out, saying, hey, someone parked in the wrong place, and just to comment it, but not arguing and not disturbing someone who has a bigger job than that. It doesn't make. Why put yourself also in a position? Why stress so much about something so stupid? Doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make much sense. But anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about right now. I'm gonna finish up one thing about the diet. I'm gonna send all the summaries to the students, and another thing, I'm gonna finish up the diet. I'm lowering the sodium. I changed the fat thing. I've looked at different options. Once I have it finalized, I think maybe by this afternoon I can have that finalized. Maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow, and I will get it done. And I know I've said it before, but at this time I will upload it in the description of the video. I think I can. I don't know if how much, what's the size of a document that I can upload there, but I'll do it. So if anyone wants to take a look at what I'm currently doing, the main goal of the diet right now. So I solved the fat issue. Then I realized I had an issue with sodium, which is salt. Basically, I was having 4 times the recommended amount of salt. So what I did was, right now what I'm doing is I'm lowering the salt. I'm eating free salt things, lowering the sugar too, and I'm adding potassium because of I think I talked about it yesterday. But anyways, I'm increasing the amount of potassium because so basically the basic biology of it is, salt goes out of the body when potassium comes in. It's basic membrane biology. And so I'm doing that right now, putting more potassium rich foods in the diet. And I'm gonna, right now it's 8:30, and I'm gonna wrap this up and gonna go hit the gym. Today we're going early. I'm gonna film some of the sets. I think I'm gonna film incline bench press today. Incline dumbbell bench press. And I will edit the video this afternoon. I will try to put some music maybe on the sets, accelerate them, put some music as the background. I have no idea how to do that, but I'll figure it out. And See you in the next one.
Shadow and the smoke in your eyes. I am the ghost that hides in the night. Just beginning. I say goodbye to my weakness so long